don't get paid if you sleeping, man. You don't know where I come from. You don't know what I've been through. Realize I don't say I sent you. You getting mad, I'm sitting back, I'm fucked up, I'm getting trash. Gotta go watch 2 gold chains and I go real like you know. Man, I rap like it's loaded. I mean.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another amazing video. Thank you so much for watching. On this video, I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin price that's happening right now. We're seeing a small pullback. Now, this is my prediction. None of this financial advice. This is just what I see based off of the charts. I'm going to be showing you guys how I usually chart not only the crypto, the altcoins, the stocks, everything that has an RSI and everything. This is what I usually do. I don't like having lines crazy all over the screen, and it makes me have a headache and everything. This is what works for me, and this is what I have been doing for the past years. It works great. If you want to copy my strategy, that's fine. Everybody has their own strategy. There's thousands and thousands of ways that people do it. It just depends on the person. If you find the right strategy that works for you, great, then stick with it. But this one, I've been using it for a hot minute. I've been doing the 1334 moving averages, MA, and the RSI. That's literally all I need. It's crazy because I see people and YouTubers have like circles and you know, crazy ass lines moving around all the type of screens, and that's fine. I get that. If that works for you, hey, stick with it, man. That's great. But for me, all I need is like 3 indicators and I'm good. I'm good to go. I check the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, sometimes even like the 4 hours and all that, depending on like a day trade on the stock market or something. That's what I check. Even the 30-minute chart, depending on the volatility and everything that's going on. But here is BTC USD. We did peak at around 67K, give or take. Yes, about 67K. We did create a higher high. I'm going to go ahead and create a line. I usually stick with the wicks. It all depends on you if you want to use the body of the candle or the wicks themselves. I usually stick with the wicks just to give me an indication of the worst case scenario, best case scenario type of plays. So that's what I just started doing. So you see this, it actually did break upward to that all-time high and everything. And as soon as it spiked, it immediately came back down, and now we are literally touching the 13 moving average. We are pretty far. It has a gap right here from the 34 and the 13. What usually happens is that the 1334 loves to stick together. If it separates like here, if it starts having a gap, we see that pullback until it starts pretty much touching each other, and it stays very well correlated. Where else? Right here, you see this gap, and then look what happened, an immediate drop until the 1334 crossed over. It created a bullish crossover, and so that's whenever it took off even higher, and it's going to continue doing that. So if you see this pattern, look at this. So a gap here, pull down, a small gap here, pull down, and this was just pretty much a basic drop, I'm guessing a dump. And same thing happened here. Now look what's happening right here. You're seeing the same pattern again. The 13 is far from the 34, so expect this. This is just my prediction, guys. So expect this to have something like this in this area, to show you guys, and expect it to start dropping a little bit more. The areas that I am looking at for Bitcoin to have some really good support levels, I'm going to start from the top. So we are at this level right now. It doesn't have to be accurate, guys. 61.5, that's pretty much around the area we are hovering around. The next area we need to keep a close eye out on is, give or take, this area right here. So around the 51K area, which it correlates to this channel right here that has been happening. So Bitcoin, worst case scenario, man, 51, 52K, give or take. It's a rough estimate, but expect it to go a little bit lower until the 1334 start touching or getting closer to each other, and it bounces off of this support on this channel, and hopefully we tend to go back up and hopefully retest the 67K high that we saw not too long ago. It looks great because people are finally going to be able to get in at a cheaper price, I should say, and people love cheap Bitcoin. I know I do. My very first Bitcoin was just under 1 grand. I think it was like $962, give or take, and I'm holding it with diamond hands, man. None of this is going to shake me off. So of course we don't want to see this area ever, but 29K, sadly it is going to happen. Yes, I did say that. This will happen. I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm not saying next month, give or take 1 year to 2 years, and I hope this video stays here for a long time. We are going to have a big bear market eventually. We always do. The price of Bitcoin has to be cheap in order for it to go even higher. Believe it or not, that's how everything works. We were in a bear market for the longest time ever. Look at this. This is how long ago I was charting. Wow, I was charting Bitcoin at 5-6 grand. I was way over here charting these levels and everything. I can't believe I still have these. That is so interesting. Okay, shoot, look at that. So yeah, see, look at this peak. And then we started, you know, trending down. This is way back in 2017, that 2018 bear market. And then it just stayed lower and lower, and then it staggered. And now look at where we are at. So if you guys look at the same pattern, look at this. Does this pattern look familiar to you guys? So this is going, let's see. So this is going like this, is going down, a small little upward trend, and then a spike down. So what is this doing here? Same thing, up, down. We're up in this location right here. So what do we expect to happen? We expect a drop in the future, of course, and then the bear market comes through, and then it's gonna be like dying off for a while, accumulation phases, hope, and then it's a whole bunch of phases, man. But in my opinion, this is my prediction, okay, we are gonna drop down a little bit, retest the support level, retest the all-time high, and I do think we are gonna get rejected, and we're gonna start heading down a little bit. It's hard to tell like the exact patterns of everything, you know, but eventually throughout the next year or 2 years, Bitcoin should be at 29K to retest this support level right here, strong support level. If this breaks, then we would just be having nightmares. But that's just the future's problem. Right now it's looking decent pullback. Usually what I stick with is whenever the 13 crosses above the 34, it means it's a bullish move. So like right here, let me zoom in a little bit more. Whenever the 13 goes upward and it crosses on top of the 34, it means it's bullish. Whenever the 13 crosses under the 34, like downward, and the 34 goes on top of it like this, and it crosses, it means that usually it's bearish and it's gonna be a downtrend for a couple of days. That's what gives me the right indicator. I can show you guys over and over how it happens. Right here, you know, 13 crossed over on top, bullish. And where else? Let's see. Here, bullish. It crossed down, bearish, a small little drop. It crossed over, bullish. It caused a big pump. I can show you guys here over and over and over again about everything that has been happening. See, this cross right here started pretty much everything, all of this. Once this cross started last year, throughout the whole coronavirus and everything, that's whenever everything started ticking off, and we see the prices we have on the screen right now. So that's what's going to happen to Bitcoin, in my opinion. 51K is, you know, in my opinion, worst case scenario. And then it's going to bounce back up, but do expect the 1334 to start touching each other again, at least on the daily. So give or take, I don't know, maybe less than 2 weeks, we're gonna see the difference. But this is Bitcoin and crypto. Anything can happen. This whole entire thing that I showed you, it could just be totally just the opposite, and it can completely just go crazy and just go up. So that's based off of what I usually do, my technical analysis. That's what I stick with, and it's been working for me really well. On the stock market, I make pretty decent money, you guys. I mean, enough to, you know, just chill and make income and just spend money, pay bills. So that's the Bitcoin. I want to show you guys the Ethereum side. ETH on USD. So same thing. Look what's happening right here. There's that gap. I don't like seeing gaps, man, because usually it means it's going to be a pullback, a pretty heavy pullback on here. So it needs to start coming back. Because what the RSI, it's not really oversold. RSI is usually oversold, or like in the upper 80s to low 90s. But let's see. Let me show you another example. See this 13 crossing downward on the 34? Bearish. Now the 13 crossed upward on the 34, bullish, and look what happens. It's just easy. I'm not gonna say really easy money, but it just guarantees you more money to be successful in your play, I guess I would call it. Because on the daily, whenever I was to see this cross right here and the candlesticks are on top of the lines, you can just get a position here long term. And look at this, it's just, you can just ride the entire wave. Once you see this crossover down, and that's whenever you're like, okay, well, I can just exit my position just in case, or start taking profit. That's all you got to do. And also same here, you can get a short position here because you saw that crossover, bearish, boom, major money. And then you could have just took profit on this location right here. It's just copy and paste everywhere, guys. If you start noticing this pattern that I'm trying to tell you guys, then you should actually copy or start practicing what I do on the technical analysis. So that level right there, and Ethereum is looking like it's gonna try to stay on the lower channel of 2880. Worst case scenario, that's what I have to say. Worst case scenario is 2800. It's gonna suck, yes, I know, but let's see, give or take 3657 is where the channels, I'm sorry, not the channels, but the 1334 is probably gonna start crossing over. So this is a good level to keep an eye out on here, 3600 to 3700, and we could potentially see a good bounce on Ethereum and probably retest the high and head it up even higher. So anything can happen, man. This could just completely break and then come back down to this channel and retest 2800, but I don't see it happening just yet. I feel like one more big pump is coming for the end of the year because of the whole entire, you know, crypto and stock market. That's what I love to do at the end of the year. But that's all just speculation. I just want to give that information out for you guys. I'm gonna click the settings, inputs, 13 close, 0 offset, and the 34, I have 34 close, 0 offset, in case you guys want to pause and just start doing that. You guys can put whatever color you want to. This is just the colors I chose because it stood out to me and it's a lot easier to read. But that is just pretty much my prediction. Do I have any lines on Ethereum? No, I don't. But look at this right here. Let me clear out this right here. So you can barely notice it, but I'm gonna draw the small little lines. Hopefully you start seeing the pattern I'm seeing. So a small wave up, it's coming down, and it's having a small wave upward again, and then it starts going down. So a wave up, down, small wave up, and then eventually, look at this, it's pretty much forming the same as it was back in 2018. It's just a copy and paste. That's what crypto usually does. Big old pump, you gotta sell to start taking profit as it continues to go up higher and higher, and then it starts going down. Accumulation phase, everybody starts panicking, selling, news starts coming out that, you know, China is banning crypto, Bitcoin all over again. It's always the same news over and over, man. I'm telling you, I've seen this so many times. And then in crypto, eventually, it's not going to come out exactly like this. I'm just pretty much putting it out as an example. Let's say Bitcoin does, Ethereum does this, or Bitcoin, or whatever crypto. It starts doing this, right? And then we automatically see that, of course, it's not going to be 166. This is crazy. Heck no. So I'm gonna go even higher. Let's say 1200, and then it starts doing this, and it goes on for like a year, and then we go back up to crazy highs. This is all right here, accumulation phase, panic selling, industries, news coming out, countries banning Bitcoin, crypto, so on and so forth. So throughout this area is where you guys need to start accumulating and buying. That's what I was doing right here. That on Bitcoin, I was buying at 3 grand, 4 grand. Well, pretty much 4 grand, and it was $4,000. I bought another Bitcoin. Which one was it? 5,300, 6,300, 7,700. I was buying more. I was just accumulating throughout that whole entire phase and area. So luckily I did. So it turned out really good in my opinion. Alright guys, hey, so let me know what you guys think about my strategy, about my technical analysis. It's all, you know, different, but it helps me make money. And if you guys want to try it out, let me know. I'm very curious if you're actually up to try this strategy. It works really good for me for both stocks and crypto. So guys, that is it for this video. Take care. I'm out. Peace.
You don't get paid if you sleeping, man. You don't know where I come from. You don't know what I've been through. Realize I don't say I sent you. You getting mad? I'm sitting back. I'm fucked up. I'm getting trashed. Gotta go watch 2 gold chains and I go real like you know, man. I